Be prepared. A massive shift is coming, and you need to know about it before it hits. After 3 weeks of confusion, miscommunication, and what felt like walking through thick fog, Mercury is finally stationing direct on Monday, April 7th. But this isn't just another planetary movement. It's a complete recalibration of your reality. The messenger planet has been retrograde, drifting backward through dreamy Pisces, creating a cosmic haze that's affected every single one of us. But what's about to happen isn't just relief. It's a total reset of energy that could either launch you forward or leave you behind. And if you've been feeling stuck, like your thoughts are tangled, like nothing is moving forward no matter how hard you push, keep watching. Because there's one specific reason why this is happening to you right now, and I will explain it later, so stay tuned. But first, you need to understand why the next 72 hours are absolutely critical, because ignoring this opportunity might not be something you can afford to do. For the next 3 days, you are at a cosmic crossroads. The old energy of confusion and the new timeline of clarity are overlapping, and you're standing right in the center of it. This explains why things feel so strange right now. It's almost like you're caught between two different versions of your life. You're feeling the final ripples of Mercury retrograde still moving through your reality. And if you think this is just some minor energy shift, you're not seeing the whole picture, because something else is happening. And trust me, it's far more significant than you realize. Keep watching, because the signs, you're already experiencing them. You just don't recognize what they mean yet. Your brain is already beginning to rewire itself. Something strange is happening right now in your mind. Thoughts that seemed clear just weeks ago suddenly don't make sense anymore. Ideas you dismissed have started to resurface with new meaning. You're seeing connections where there were none before. This isn't coincidence, and it's not random. Your neural pathways are literally being reconfigured as Mercury slows down and prepares to shift direction. The retrograde didn't just affect external communication. It rewired your internal dialogue. For 3 weeks, your conscious mind has been forced to step back. Logic and linear thinking became less reliable. You've been operating from a different part of your consciousness, the intuitive, the non-linear, the part that speaks in symbols and feelings rather than words and facts. And here's what nobody is telling you. This wasn't a malfunction. It was preparation. Mercury retrograde wasn't punishing you with confusion. It was pushing you to access different ways of knowing, different ways of processing reality. The delays, the miscommunications, the technology glitches, they were all forcing you to slow down, to look deeper, to find alternate routes. Now, as Mercury stations direct, all that subconscious processing is about to surge into your conscious awareness. The fog isn't just lifting, it's transforming into crystal clarity, and that clarity might reveal things you weren't expecting to see. Some people will resist this shift. They'll cling to old perspectives, old plans, old ways of thinking. But others, the ones who surrendered to the retrograde process, they're about to experience a mental breakthrough unlike anything they've felt before. And this mental rewiring is just the beginning. Something even more profound is taking place beneath the surface. The Pisces Aries gateway is opening. This Mercury retrograde didn't happen in a vacuum. The messenger planet backtracked from Aries into dreamy, boundary-dissolving Pisces. And now, as it stations direct, it's preparing to cross this threshold once again. This isn't just a change in direction. It's a passage through a powerful energetic gateway. Pisces represents the collective unconscious, the dream world, the place where boundaries dissolve and all is one. Aries represents the individual self, action, initiative, the fiery spark of new beginnings. As Mercury moves from one to the other, we're all being asked to integrate what we've learned in the depths with how we move forward in the world. This gateway between dissolution and creation only opens a few times a year. It marks the threshold between endings and beginnings, between surrendering and asserting, between dreaming and doing. And right now, that gateway is swinging wide open. You might feel it as a strange tension, part of you wanting to remain in the dreamy Pisces state, reflecting and connecting with something larger than yourself. Another part itching to move, to act, to assert your will in the world. This isn't contradiction, it's integration. The wisdom gained in the depths is now fuel for your forward movement. When Mercury stations direct on Monday, this integration intensifies. The insights you've been gathering in the shadows suddenly make sense in the light. The whispers of intuition become clear directions. The confusion transforms into purpose. But here's the warning. If you ignore this gateway, if you rush back into old patterns without integrating what you've learned, you'll miss the entire point of the past 3 weeks. Every delay, every miscommunication, every backward step had a purpose, and that purpose is about to be revealed. A financial reset is coming. Are you prepared? The retrograde wasn't just affecting your mind, it was affecting your resources. Mercury rules commerce, trade, and financial decisions. For 3 weeks, the cosmic accountant has been auditing your books, reviewing your values, questioning your relationship with material security. Now, as the planet stations direct, something shifts in the financial sector, both personally and collectively. Projects that stalled suddenly gain momentum. Payments that were delayed finally process. Negotiations that seemed stuck break through to resolution. But there's something deeper happening in your relationship with resources. The retrograde forced you to reconsider what you truly value. What's worth your energy, your time, your attention? What investments align with your authentic path? And which ones were made from fear or outdated programming? As Mercury moves forward, you'll find yourself making different financial choices. Not because your external circumstances have changed, but because your internal values have shifted. What seemed important 3 weeks ago may no longer hold the same weight. What you once overlooked may suddenly seem essential. This is a complete reset of your material relationship with the world, and it happens at exactly the moment when you're mentally clearest, most decisive, most aligned with your authentic desires. The fog that made financial decisions feel risky or unclear is lifting. Now you can see the true landscape of possibilities. Some will use this energy to finally break free from financial patterns that have held them back for years. Others will recognize opportunities they've been blind to before. But everyone will feel this shift in how energy and resources flow through their lives. And as your relationship with the material world transforms, something even more personal begins to shift. Your words will carry power they haven't had in months. Communication isn't just about being understood, it's about impact. And for the past 3 weeks, your words have been swimming through a cosmic fog, their power diluted, their precision compromised. But now, as Mercury stations direct, your voice is about to regain its force. You'll notice it first in conversations. Suddenly, you're able to articulate thoughts that felt impossible to express just days ago. Ideas that were tangled in your mind now flow in clear, coherent sentences. The right words appear at the right moment, as if by magic. But it goes beyond casual communication. Contracts, agreements, important discussions that have been on hold. All of these surge forward with new momentum. The email you've been waiting for arrives. The response you've been hoping for manifests. The conversation you've been avoiding suddenly feels not just possible, but necessary. This is the moment to speak your truth, to initiate the difficult conversation, to pitch the idea, to send the proposal, to say what needs to be said. Because your words now carry a resonance, a clarity, a power they haven't had since before the retrograde began. And here's what's really interesting. You might find yourself saying things you didn't even know you believed. Mercury's backward journey through intuitive Pisces connected you with deeper layers of knowing. Now, as it moves forward, those insights emerge through your voice, sometimes surprising even you with their wisdom. Listen carefully to what comes out of your mouth in the days after Mercury stations direct. You might be channeling insights from a part of yourself that's usually silent. Your conscious mind is finally catching up to what your soul has known all along. And for some, this newfound verbal clarity will trigger something even more significant. The epiphany that changes everything. Remember when I said there's one specific reason why you've been feeling stuck? This is it. Mercury retrograde isn't just about external delays, it's about internal processing. It's the universe forcing you to review, reconsider, and revise before you can move forward. And as Mercury stations direct, all that processing crystallizes into a moment of sudden clarity, the epiphany, the breakthrough, the moment when everything finally makes sense. It might hit you in the shower, while driving, during a conversation, in the middle of the night, that instant when the puzzle pieces click into place and you see the bigger picture that was hidden from you before. This isn't just about solving problems or finding answers to specific questions. This is about realizing why you've been going through what you've been going through, the purpose behind the confusion, the reason for the delays, the gift within the frustration. For some, this epiphany will completely change their direction. You might suddenly understand that what you thought was a detour was actually the main road all along, that the thing you've been fighting against was actually trying to guide you somewhere better, that the person you thought was an obstacle was actually a teacher. Others will finally see the pattern that's been repeating in their lives, the lesson they've been refusing to learn, the cycle they've been stuck in without realizing it. And in that moment of recognition comes the power to finally break free. This is the true purpose of Mercury retrograde, not to punish or delay, but to ensure that when you do move forward, you're moving in the right direction, with full awareness, aligned with your authentic path. And when this epiphany hits, you'll feel it in your body as much as your mind. Your energy levels will spike, but be careful how you use it. After weeks of feeling like you're wading through molasses, something strange happens as Mercury stations direct. Suddenly, inexplicably, your energy returns. Not just returns, it amplifies. Ideas flow faster. Motivation intensifies. The brain fog that made even simple tasks feel exhausting suddenly dissipates, replaced by a clarity and focus you've been missing for weeks. This isn't just relief, it's a literal energy upgrade. Mercury rules the central nervous system, the electrical circuitry of your body. When it stations direct, that electrical energy surges forward again, revitalizing every system. But here's the warning. This energy spike needs to be managed carefully. After weeks of delay, there's a natural tendency to try to make up for lost time, to launch all the projects, have all the conversations, make all the decisions at once, to accelerate from 0 to 100 in a single day. Resist this urge. Mercury doesn't regain its normal speed immediately. It takes time to build momentum, to clear the shadow, to fully emerge from the retrograde period. If you try to force everything all at once, you risk burning out this newfound energy before it can be properly channeled. Instead, prioritize. What absolutely needs your attention now? What can wait a few more days? What decisions feel completely clear, and which ones might benefit from a bit more reflection? Use this energy spike strategically. Focus it on breaking through the most significant blockages, the ones that have been holding everything else back. Once those are cleared, the rest will flow more naturally. Those who manage this energy wisely will accomplish more in the week after Mercury stations direct than they did in the entire month before. But those who squander it will find themselves back in confusion, back in delay, back in the very patterns they thought they were escaping. And as you begin to move forward with this new energy, you'll notice something else shifting too. Your timeline is being rewritten. When planets appear to move backward and then forward again, they're literally retracing their steps through specific degrees of the zodiac. What most people don't realize is that this isn't just symbolic, it's a literal reworking of your timeline. The areas of life affected by this Mercury retrograde haven't just been on pause, they've been undergoing revision at the deepest levels. The timeline you thought you were on 3 weeks ago has been completely rewritten. Some connections that seemed promising have faded away, not because they failed, but because they were never meant to be part of your future. Opportunities that disappeared might suddenly resurface, not because they were delayed, but because you weren't ready for them until now. As Mercury stations direct, you're stepping onto a new timeline, one that's been carefully calibrated to align with your authentic path. The detours, the delays, the frustrations of the past 3 weeks weren't random cosmic punishments. They were course corrections, ensuring you arrive at the right destination rather than the one you thought you wanted. This is why some people feel so disoriented during Mercury retrograde. They're literally being shifted between potential timelines as the universe determines which path is truly aligned with their highest good. Now, as Mercury stations direct, that new timeline locks into place. The future you're walking toward is different from the one you were approaching 3 weeks ago. Better, more aligned, more authentic. But only if you allow it to be. Only if you pay attention to the signs, follow the breadcrumbs, trust the new direction that's revealing itself. Because the choice ultimately remains yours, to step onto this new timeline or to fight to return to the old one. And that choice will determine everything about what happens next. What you do in the next 24 hours will set your course. The day of a planetary station is always the most potent. As Mercury pauses, suspending between backward and forward motion, there's a moment of perfect stillness, a cosmic reset point where anything is possible. What you focus on, what you set in motion, what you commit to during these crucial hours will carry a special momentum. It's like the universe holds its breath, waiting to see what direction you choose, and then throws its full support behind that choice. This is a moment to be mindful, to be intentional, to be crystal clear about what you're calling into your life. Set aside time on Monday for reflection, for conscious choice, for deliberate action. Even a small step taken with full awareness during this station point can grow into something significant in the weeks to come. If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.